Had the NFL draft, the first virtual NFL draft, right? What do you guys think about that?
About the draft, I thought the draft was well executed. I thought they had no glitches whatsoever. I expected because it was on Wi-Fi that there would have been some frozen screen, but maybe there was a couple maybe, but everything was done pretty well. I thought the the commissioner did a good job. I thought the guys on TV were doing a good job. The different guys they had talking about the draft picks. The best part of the draft I thought was the guys at home. I think the guys at home with their parents, with their girlfriends, with their moms and dads, just being able to hug them right at home was beautiful. I think sometimes like back to the old days when they were doing the draft at one site, it was kind of a little impersonal, but this new virtual format was actually really well produced. I didn't expect it to be that great, but I actually really enjoyed it.
Nice, very.
Yes, I thought the draft went pretty well, and better than I expected. I thought there were maybe going to be some technical difficulties and issues, which didn't happen, fortunately.
Yeah.
I definitely am glad that it went well and went smoothly, and the Goodell was able to make all the picks, even though he got tired towards the end as expected, because that is quite a lot of the picks to announce. But it was certainly nice.
He got tired when the Patriots picked. That's what I saw.
You got what?
He got tired when the Patriots were picking. He was sitting on his couch.
Sitting on his couch on his reclining chair, right?
Yeah. Right. If you don't put some damn pep in your set.
Right. So it was nice seeing, when they did the cutaways to, the prospects after they got drafted, being, with their, families and their, girlfriends and friends that were at their house that attended their draft party. So it was pretty cool seeing that interaction, amongst the prospects. It was certainly, cool seeing also the coaches, seeing like their homes, and there, like everyone had a different sort of like drafting headquarters and in the office.
Techniques.
Right.
Belichick had the dog picking.
Exactly, he had his dog Nike picking. Yeah, I thought he was the one that picked the second round pick, which was a
we'll
player. We'll get to that in a little bit.
I thought sorry to cut you off, Barry. I thought that was Bill Belichick's a troll. Like
for real.
He's a legit troll. Like for every single coach or every single general manager were at their desk sitting, making sure the cameras saw them. As soon as they turn to the Patriots pick, nobody can see where Bill Belichick is. It's just a dog on a chair. He's a legit troll.
No,
that's one of the reasons why I love him.
Is to say the least, he had everyone thinking that his dog was the one that made that pick, since he wasn't around and nowhere to be found when they made that cutaway to his house. So I thought that was pretty funny, but it was really nice and unique to be able to see that, and it gave the draft something different.
Like a homey feel.
Exactly, which was definitely pretty cool. As a football fan and someone who likes watching the draft, it was certainly nice to see them do something different and them be successful doing it.
Yeah, for me, same thing with you guys. I'm glad that the draft was successful. I think they kind of learned from the NBA and their whole horse tournament. send these guys some equipment on your own. Like, don't have them use their own phones, okay? Because I saw these draft picks, like, opening up boxes of, like, equipment from the NFL, like, oh, my tripod, my whatever, my phone, my mic, blah, 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 you know? And it looked like the NFL took time to, like, give these guys instructions about, like, where to place the camera kind of thing. It's like, there's no way, like, everybody just, like, situated their cameras perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Use phones, and we don't do it perfectly every time. So I'm glad that, you know, everything went smoothly as far as the production. You know, I'm gonna hate this, but I really like the Roger Goodell situation where he was at. You know, it looked like real comfortable in there. I'm like, dude, that's a man cave right there, bro. That's where I want to be watching the game. Like, turn that, you know what I mean? Where the popcorn?
Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, so Roger Goodell looked good. I'm really glad that they didn't do no Madden whatever simulation bullshit.
They had a little bit of that.
What do you mean?
They had a little bit of like fan. They would show they were showing the Cincinnati fans, and it was like the Madden. It was like Madden character, like.
Split screen?
The
split screen?
Yeah, no, not the split screens. They were showing like the Cincinnati fans, but it was like an animated Madden version of it.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I didn't pay attention to that anyway. But I like how everything was. I found it really funny how some of the situations in the house was, you know, like the girlfriends being all over the draftees and the people pulling them off, like, get the heck out of here. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not your time, you know, like, move out of the picture, you know. City Lamb, his girlfriend with the whole phone thing, he snatched it. He's like, give me that. You know,
right, yeah, I've seen that.
It ain't time to go through my DMs and shit. So I thought that was pretty funny. But I thought it was pretty cool because, like, it felt like they were us, just, like, waiting on the good news, right? Mm-hmm. Like, can you imagine, like, the pick that the Patriots made, he wasn't in the draft room, like, getting ready to cross the stage and nothing like that. He was at his house waiting on the phone, kind of like we watching it in there, like, we're watching them wait for the phone call. And it's like, they're in the house watching it like we are, like, let's watch the draft. They were watching it
they're like fans.
as they were, you know, being drafted.
Right.
So, and, you know, you didn't see their reaction. You saw them getting picked before you saw their reaction. In the regular draft, you see, like, their reaction before the pick is made. The pick is in, you know, and you see the dudes like, oh my God, yeah, getting up already. And for the blah, 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 blah pick, you know, the Cleveland Browns pick so-and-so, and they're already walking down the damn runway. Mm-hmm. This one was like, all right, they made the pick. Now they're waiting to be notified, like, boom. And then you got, like, the raw feelings. A lot of dudes was crying, man. But
no, for sure, it's an emotional thing when you do get drafted.
I was hating. I'm like, please shut up, bro. There's no crying in football. I was hating, but you know, it's definitely cool to see. Like, you're an instant. You just won the lottery, bro. You know, all you got to do is put in the work, and, you know, the money's yours. Like, and then all the families just realizing it. But, you know, just to put an ending to how, you know, we thought the virtual draft went. It went really well, and I'm glad it didn't have any issues. And I think other leagues should see exactly what they did and take that as an example if we have to continue doing stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
One thing I want to add is that Roger Goodell said that in the future, even if the draft comes back to whatever it used to be, they're gonna try to incorporate some of the virtual aspect that they used this year in the future draft. So it'll be pretty good.
That are at home, or the guys that are like, yo, I'm just gonna be fishing when this happens. Have a camera on the damn boat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, see their live. I like it. Just incorporate that with them. But I want to know, you guys, see any surprises with virtual draft? Any surprises?
Yeah, I had a couple of surprises. For me, the first surprise was the Lions picking a cornerback that high. They picked. Yeah, I was surprised. Even though I know Darius Slay.
Yeah, they lost Darius Slay, right? So they did need a corner.
Yeah, I know. But I thought that was way too high for a corner. And I think that's one of the reasons why they were very adamant about trading back the whole time, but nobody wanted their pick. Like they were really trying to get rid of their pick and get more picks, but nobody bought it. But and also I was reading more on it. The coach Matt Patricia didn't want to pick the cornerback. He wanted to pick a defensive tackle, but the general manager wanted to pick the cornerback, so he ended up picking the cornerback.
Oh, wow,
So,
really?
so I was really surprised by that. Not that they don't need a cornerback, they need a quarterback because they lost Darius Slay, obviously. But third third pick, a cornerback can be great if you hit it, right? But
Mhm.
if you don't hit it, it's like that's
Oh, it's visible.
It's a big time bust.
It's a
exact.
problem.
It's a big bust. So I think if they had a chance to do it, they would have traded that pick and then pick him. I don't know, maybe I don't know toward like the tens. You know what I mean? Like 11 to 20, not third. So that was my first surprise. Second surprise, I think it's everybody's surprise in the whole league. Green Bay picking Jordan Love, obviously. That was like
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Nobody
Surprise, big time.
nobody expected that. Third surprise was the Philadelphia Eagles picking Jalen Hurts. I did not expect that at all. They have a quarterback right now, and I think he's good, Carson Wentz. I actually like Carson Wentz, so for them to pick Jalen Hurts, I'm shocked. But we can expand on that a little bit more. My last surprise, it's not a surprise. I was just very critical of that. The Raiders picked three wide receivers this on this draft, and I just think that was excessive.
They do weird things in the draft, man. You know John Gruden.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I'm like, John Gruden is a respectable coach. He's a Super Bowl winning coach, and for you to pick three wide receivers, like for real, like I was kind of surprised by that. And you don't have a good team. Their team needs so much help. So for them to pick three wide receivers, I was really shocked by that. I thought that was a really bad job, but I mean, I'm not like a draft expert, but that's my opinion.
Right, that was crazy. You got any
No.
surprises?
Yeah, I got a few surprises. I know a couple of them Vlad just had said, but I want to even talk about the Green Bay Packers a little bit more because I was surprised not only was
That
the
was
Jordan
crazy.
Love pick, I was surprised they didn't even draft a receiver at all or any sort of weapons for Aaron Rodgers. That to me, I'm absolutely appalled by that. Surprise would be an understatement of the year if I was to say that. Like I can't believe that they did not get any sort of pass catching weapons for Aaron Rodgers through the draft with as deep as this receiving class was. One of the deeper receiving classes that we've seen in most recent years. The fact that they did not get a receiver is absolutely astonishing to me. It really blows my mind that they didn't get Aaron Rodgers the help that he needed in the passing game because he only has Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams is a very good receiver. But other than that, very limited as far as the playmakers.
They don't even have a tight end. Jimmy Graham left
And went to the Bears. Exactly. So that's another thing that they could have addressed, and they didn't address it, which you're right, is a big time head scratcher. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like Aaron Rodgers isn't that old. He's only 36 years old. He just led you guys to that NFC Championship game. He had a pretty good year and has shown that he's far from done and not contemplating retirement, and he can still play at a high level, especially if you get the right pieces around him. So that was the biggest surprise to me on the draft. Another surprise was, like you said, Vlad, the Eagles getting Jalen Hurts. Like, they already had their franchise quarterback in Carson Wentz. They just recently paid him big money to, to be the guy to, lead them to, their next Super Bowl and to come. And he's still young. He's only 27 years old, so he's not even really at the prime of his career yet. And the fact that you draft another quarterback is like, well, what are you doing? Like, I get it doesn't hurt to have a good backup, but and Carson Wentz is also injury prone as well. I think he's on this past year, I believe, was his first year playing all 16 games and plus the playoffs, because then over the previous years, even the year they went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl, he got hurt and Nick Foles came in, and obviously we know what happened. That season
with the Patriots.
Right, exactly. Them being the Pats. I didn't want to mention that. Right. I didn't want to hurt it. Exactly, right. I'm still not quite over that. So
you don't care if they only have one Super Bowl. Remember that, Eagles fans. You guys got one Super Bowl.
Just one. That's.
I have a lot of Eagles fans, friends. So like they talk trash all the time. I'm like, bro, you guys got one. Just relax.
Right.
We spotted you guys one, okay? Like,
exactly.
You have no more room. Just be quiet.
Right. No, for sure. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So that was certainly a big surprise for me. Another surprise was the Bills drafting Jake Fromm in the 5th round. I mean, that was certainly, a surprise since they already had Josh Allen and Matt Barkley, even though I know Josh Allen is still a young quarterback and can be inconsistent and, and still has, ways to go as far as establishing himself as a franchise quarterback, since he's not the best decision maker, holds on to the ball for too long and not the most accurate. But he definitely does still have some potential to, be the guy. So, but I was still surprised that they drafted him that high. But I mean, that's not a bad pick because at least that's a guy that is not expected to start right away. You can have him as a 2nd or 3rd string, and he can take, a couple of years to develop and see if he can become something.
Right.
In the league. And the biggest surprise in the draft to me is I'm still trying to figure this out as they're speaking right now. Yeah. Is the New England Patriots trading out of the 1st round with the Chargers back to pick 37 and then them drafting a Division II safety, a D2 player.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan, but I'm just shocked in that you would trade out of the 1st round. You would get 23 pick, which is a good, solid pick that they could have used to address one of their needs. And I know Bill doesn't necessarily draft by need. He has a different way of drafting, as we all know. But it's like if you trade out of the 1st round and go back to the 2nd round to pick 37, you do all that just to draft a Division II safety who, okay, may be a nice player, but I mean, if you look at his tape, and his highlight tape on YouTube, these guys are tiny and small that he's going against, and it's like, you put the question, did he really play competition? Like he was playing against guys that are smaller than me.
Literally.
No, these guys are smaller than me. Like, I would look massive compared to, I would look like Gronk compared to these guys. Crying out loud. Like, even Vladimir would probably, I'm sure, look like a monster compared to these guys.
I did see the highlights.
Right.
It looked like me in high school. Like, what is going on?
than college players.
I'm sure a lot of people were surprised. For me, it was a few surprises. Definitely Jordan Love. Like, that was the biggest surprise of the draft. Like,
Without question.
what are you guys doing? Okay, like, I really want to know your plan here. Okay, you have a team that was what, in the NFC Championships? Was that
the NFC Championship? They lost to the 49ers in the NFC Championship.
Bro, you had no receivers. Okay, last year. Okay, outside of Devontae Adams. Okay, you had nobody. Like, I don't remember anybody.
They had Jimmy Graham, but
you had Jimmy Graham, who's a shell of himself.
Right.
Okay, you don't have anybody.
And they had a rookie that Rodgers liked a lot, but he's a rookie.
Yeah. I think I had the rookie on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Fast as hell or something like that.
But he had a decent season.
You had a good running back. I like that
running back.
He was doing work. Okay.
Right. But he's not.
You have some of the best receivers still on the board. All right. Why would you trade back up to do what you just did? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was really weird to me. What number did they pick him at?
23rd.
Like in the 20s.
23rd. 26. Sorry. 26.
And they moved up to do that.
Exactly.
Okay? And you still have, like, really good wide receivers still on the board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there were so many receivers. All right? That was the biggest surprise. You know, you guys said Philadelphia. Philadelphia was like a surprise to me, but then it wasn't a surprise to me because, like, who's their backup? Who's their current backup?
I don't even know.
Let me tell you, John, I completely agree with you that we don't know what their backup is. But Jalen Hurts, second round, I think the pick was the 21st pick in the second round. He's like a lot of people like Jalen Hurts. Like, if you're drafting him, you're drafting him not to be a backup for more than a couple of years, if that. So if you're drafting that guy, you're drafting that guy to be your next quarterback, your next franchise quarterback. So I don't know. I don't know how you're not shocked by that. I was
shocked because the other thing too, like, I shared this meme that said the QB depth chart is literally Wentz Hurts.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I'm like, Wentz really does hurt all the time, bro. Like, he's injury prone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Fragile.
he's like another injury from, like, being out of the freaking league. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you get another devastating injury if you're Carson Wentz. What did he have on? Knee surgery?
Yeah, the knee injury. The year that they won the Super Bowl, he had a knee
shit. And he seems like the kind of guy who runs into injuries all the time for some reason. Like,
because he's a mobile quarterback, right?
You have somebody
play outside the pocket.
Exactly. Then you'll have somebody who's stuck in the pocket that really thrives when on the move all the time, right? And now he has no legs. You know what I'm saying? If anything, bro, you should have picked more offensive lines. Like, get this guy protected.
I was going to say that. Got him some more protection.
Okay, get this guy protected.
Right.
I wasn't hurt because, like, I wasn't surprised because, you know, hey, man, the guy gets hurt all the time. And, like, you need a backup plan. Like, think about all the starters in the league. There's not, you know, a lot of people that you think that you actually really need a backup for. Like, Carson Wentz could go out anytime. Who else can you say that about as a starter in this league?
That can go out anytime?
That can go out anytime. Like, a quarterback that you know that's so injury prone, he can go out any game. Other than Carson Wentz.
Probably say Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, who he was out this whole, but he doesn't spend as much time out as Carson Wentz.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's early in his career too. Cam Newton is taking him some time to actually miss a whole season or half a season, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody right now. But when you have a quarterback as good as Carson Wentz, I feel as though you want to spend your draft capitals on somebody else.
No, listen, don't get me wrong. I love Carson.
Like if I wanted to get a backup for Carson Wentz, just in case he get injured, I would have picked Jameis Winston.
Whew.
Not that I like Jameis Winston.
He did sign actually, yeah. He did sign that deal with the Saints, right, that 1 year deal.
Not that I like Jameis Winston, just because at least he has started in the league and he's gonna be a backup, which the Saints just signed him. If I wanted to get a backup for my injury-prone quarterback, I would have just signed somebody that's in the league already. Jameis Winston throws a lot of interception, but if he's coming in for a couple of games, in the meantime, I would have picked him. I mean, not spend my second round on a guy that could possibly start in the NFL.
Listen, if I like this, man, all right? Like, if you have a team that the quarterback, is iffy, and this guy to me is a first-round quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could justify him going in the first round, like Jalen Hurts. Like, the guy came from a big school, big-time performer, Heisman Trophy candidate, like, year in and year out when he's starting. So, like, if you're really thinking about your team, like, we're doing it, for the team. This was for the betterment of the team. It's like you can't really blame them, because your quarterback, he's what do they say all the time? Best ability is availability, and your quarterback, he's not available all the time. So, if you luck out and hit it with Jalen Hurts, man, who looks like a bit bigger Russell Wilson, whatever. I don't know. It's big time, man. They definitely should have went wide receiver, they did pick a wide receiver first, right? Justin Jefferson or something like that.
They got him. Right.
It definitely was a surprise, but I wasn't that surprised. I was surprised but not surprised just because of their current quarterback situation. Another surprise was CeeDee Lamb going to the Cowboys. I'm like, bro, your defense sucks. Like, why would you pick a wide receiver right now? Like, your defense literally sucks. Your safety just signed somewhere else. Sign somebody at 17. You can find a really nice
defensive player. Oh yeah,
safety
making it
like, bro.
Oh yeah,
come on, man. But then again, like, you guys are being petty because you want to keep him away from Philadelphia. It's like, bro, do you want to help your team out or play around with Philadelphia?
Nah, that's true. That offense is stacked, though.
I think
Dak Prescott has.
I'm not talking about how good it looks. I'm talking about me being surprised that they did that. From where their defense was last year. I should have went defensively first.
I thought the reason why they picked him is because he was still available.
Yeah.
I think they probably
want best available.
Yeah, and I think CeeDee Lamb is such a good recruit, such a great receiver that they didn't want to pass on him. And just like Barry said, that offense is gonna be like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, for sure.
Absolutely.
He might climb the depth chart, man. I love Michael Gallup. He was on my fantasy. He gets injured. He has a good chance of climbing up the depth chart and, possibly being number 2. Amari Cooper's good. He gets injured sometimes too. So the other thing too, Barry was talking about the Patriots. I was definitely not surprised at all, like, that they traded out of the first round. I'm like, bro, this is like every other year now. Like, you got to do this every year. It hurts, all right? Because there are some really big names on there that, the draft experts tell you to pick. And you see all the other teams picking them, and you're like, bro, come on, bro, just pick this dude. Like, because everybody was like, that Murray kid, like, linebacker kid.
Right, who actually ended up getting drafted 23rd.
By the Chargers.
Exactly. And he was projected to get picked by the Patriots. Yeah, that's right.
I get it. I get the frustration, but I definitely wasn't surprised because it's like Bill Belichick. It's like, dude, the guy has a dog picking for him. This is the same guy that picked Jordan Richards in like the second round.
Oh, God.
Lord. Bro, that was like the worst pick.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't surprised, and if you really look at it, his drafts haven't been like the greatest drafts in the last few years. Like, you know, last year his #1 pick was injured pretty much damn near all year.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty excited for him through this year. I'm pretty excited. I haven't given up on him because he didn't play that much, and you know how Tom Brady does with no receivers. He ignores them. So I'm pretty excited to see what he does. But I wasn't surprised that they traded out of the first round. And I definitely wasn't surprised they picked some dude out of a school we've never even heard of. Like Lenore Rhymes. It's like, where, dude? Like what are we talking about? Like, we on the tape. This guy's like, he caught an interception and went through basically the other team's. I mean, everybody on the other team and made it to a touchdown. I'm like, that should not happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
that should not happen, you know. But you look at him, he's an athletic freak. He hits everything moving. In the Senior Bowl, he was doing his thing. You know, I was looking at the highlights and stuff like that. He held his own. I think cornerback's like one of the best positions that actually translate into the league, you know. It just depends on system and things like that. So would I have liked a bigger name? Sure. But like I was telling some of my friends, like, I'm not going to question the guy with 8 rings. You know, like, at this point, what do we do?
Yeah, but that's still a questionable pick, though.
It is.
But like, how you can still criticize that. I get it. It's hard to, you know, to
like,
second guess Belichick.
You know, but then like the guy has rings to like show off himself.
I'm gonna question that pick. You know why? Because Bill Belichick, the coach, is unbelievable. Bill Belichick, the GM, not so much.
Right.
Right? And also,
he drafted Rob Gronkowski, man.
So?
He drafted Tom Brady.
So?
I'm just saying, like, he's made some of the best draft picks of all time.
Rob Gronkowski was 10 years ago. Tom Brady was 20 years ago.
Woo.
So I'm gonna question it because it's nobody expected that guy to go at that position. Nobody expected the Patriots to pick him, and Bill Belichick always want to outsmart people, and sometimes he does, and I hope he does. Right? I hope that's a great pick.
I hope so too. I hope I'm wrong about that.
But I'm gonna question it until I see it play. So that guy he's drafted as a safety, and he's basically gonna take. I see him taking Patrick Chung's position and playing in the box and stopping the run. What?
Patrick Chung.
He is an injury-prone player. That's true.
Yeah.
His coverage skills have diminished a little bit.
Right,
you know, the last couple of years, and I'm like, these tight ends are burning you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So I think if he succeeds, it'll be great, but definitely not a fan of the pick. And just like you guys said, a school that nobody ever heard of, a Division II school. He was men against boys, like we were saying. So I don't have the greatest hope for him, but I'm gonna cross.
I have hope for him.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna cross my fingers.
I'm not really expecting much out of him either. Right, my expectation is a second round pick. I don't think that
the last
turn into anything right away or have immediate impact.
The last time Bill Belichick picked a secondary player in the second round, it did not work. So I don't expect this to work either. But if he does, he'll surprise me.
Hey, man, good luck to the young man. You know, it's not every day you get drafted by the Patriots. So regardless of how we feel, you know, congratulations.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him at all.
I'm just saying, you know, congratulations, man. Welcome to the team. You know, hopefully you turn out to be the best you can possibly be. You know, bring us a couple chips. You know, now we're gonna go into the Patriots draft, and you know, we were just talking about
before we go into. I know we're running on time, but Did you guys have anything else to say about the Green Bay Packers picking Jordan Love? I feel as though that's such an important topic.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers is out of there in about 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't see him retiring the Packer either.
I wouldn't put it too far from him asking for a trade like next offseason.
I would ask to trade today.
Bro, Patriots are waiting.
Wait, did y'all hear those rumors?
The Patriots are waiting, bro.
Right, did y'all hear about those rumors?
Yeah, I heard that.
About, not everyone and their mother was saying on Twitter as soon as the Packers drafted Jordan Love that, this must mean that the Aaron Rodgers is going to go to New England and become the next quarterback of the Pats.
I don't see it. I've heard of that, but I don't see that happening.
Me either. That was absurd. That was outrageous. People really saying.
Just
I don't mind if that happened, but I'm not buying that and believing that hype that if there's a good chance of that happening at this point.
Fingers crossed.
Just like John is crossing his fingers, I'm crossing my fingers too, because if it does happen,
cross the fingers, yes.
But
I'll say my prayers on that.
But I want to say that Aaron Rodgers was on Pat McAfee's show.
Yup.
I heard about that. Yep.
The evening before, or like maybe a couple hours before the pick or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he was, and basically what he said was, I hope we pick a wide receiver because we haven't picked a wide receiver in the first round for like 15 years.
Skill position player.
Exactly, for like 15 years or something like that. So he was really hoping that they would have given him a weapon to get better. So I think right now he must be pissed. He must not know what to do with himself. I'm surprised he didn't pick up the phone. Trade me right now, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I'm surprised he didn't do that. I don't know what they're thinking in Green Bay, because I still think that Aaron Rodgers has a lot to prove, and I think he's not. I think a lot of people are comparing his situation to Brett Favre's situation back in the day. I don't think it's the same situation at all. Brett Favre was throwing picks every couple of touchdowns, and I don't think Aaron is not doing that. I think this now there's a lot more available for quarterbacks to succeed in the league and stay in the league for a long time as compared to back then. So I don't like the move that the Green Bay Packers made. It's a weird move. They must really believe in Jordan Love. Like, they must really believe in him. But yeah, but like Barry said, I do not expect Aaron Rodgers to finish his career with the Green Bay Packers. And one of the things he mentioned on the Pat McAfee show is that he would like to finish his career as a Packers. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen unless that pick motivates him just like it motivated Tom Brady when the Patriots picked Jimmy Garoppolo. If it motivates him to get better and just be better in general as a quarterback, then maybe he'll defy the odds just like Tom Brady did with Jimmy Garoppolo.
But he doesn't have a Bill Belichick.
He doesn't.
So
he doesn't.
I think that's the other thing. Tom Brady's missing now because now, bro, you don't have that decision making of Bill Belichick anymore. You have Bruce Arians, but like
not the same.
Not the same, bro.
Not the same.
That's true. And one last thing about that, I'm sure you guys have heard of this in terms of that pick, was that they were now all of a sudden expecting Aaron Rodgers to be a mentor for Jordan Love.
You better get the hell out of here.
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying. I was like, what? Excuse me? You're expecting Aaron Rodgers to mentor Jordan Love when Aaron Rodgers still can play and is not close to retirement and wants to play into his 40s like he mentioned recently? Like, no, that's definitely not going to work out. You're fooling yourself. You're playing yourself.
Listen, if that's what you expect, trade me now. It's like I'm not gonna like train this guy to take over my job. Like dude's only 36, bro. All right, Tom Brady's 43, and he's talking about, oh, I want to build my career just like Tom Brady, or build my brand. It's like, if that's the expectation, bro. Yo, trade me now, bro. Why you messing up like this? You done messed up, man. All you have to do is get me one weapon, one more weapon. Let me make a trade. You know what I'm saying?
And he has 4 years left on his contract.
Exactly.
I thought it was only 2, man.
I thought it was 2 or 3, but
holy
4.
crap.
Exactly. Then that move is even more questionable and controversial.
Wow, that's a head scratcher.
He literally scratched his head. No, that's crazy right there, man. That's definitely crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that now that even doesn't make more sense.
Listen, I don't care how how you trying to portray yourself in the media, how you want to look like a good guy, but that doesn't seem like a situation that they're gearing up, to help you out at all. Like, you guys are not helping. You guys didn't draft a wide receiver at all, and you spent all off season with your hand, under your ass, dude. Like,
right, didn't get anything in free agency either.
What are you doing? Like,
exactly.
Emmanuel Sanders just went. Where did he go to?
To the Saints. Right. They could have picked him up. They could have gotten Emmanuel Sanders. They could have gotten a really good number 2 receiver.
Stephon Diggs went to the Bills, bro.
Exactly. They could have made a move for him.
Imagine Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams
with Aaron Rodgers. Oh man.
Granted it's the same division.
Right. That's their arch rival right there. I'm sure they probably wouldn't want to trade him to their arch rival.
No, they definitely wouldn't want to do that. But I'm just like, bro, come on, man. There's guys to be had. Brandon Cooks got traded to the Texans.
Yep, they could have picked him up. They had options. You're right.
You guys
had plenty of options.
You've been sitting on your ass this whole time, bro. Okay, I'm rooting for Aaron Rodgers, but he definitely doesn't have a Bill Belichick on his side. So
he has a second-year head coach.
Yeah. Oh, and shout outs to all the pro fans out there, man. If you stuck around and listened to the whole podcast, we like to get in depth with everything. So if you hang on with us and listen to the podcast, then we definitely appreciate you. Share it with your friends. Like we said, we're on YouTube. We got merch. We're on Instagram, ProFans_sports. We're there. We're on Facebook, ProFans, Twitter, ProFans Sports, actually. Facebook, ProFans Sports. If you want to catch up with us and, share your thoughts, you can email us, man. ProFansSports1@gmail.com. We usually get back to you within minutes, man. I think that's what the Facebook group says, that we get back to people within minutes. So I'm proud of that. Because we're listening to the fans, you know what I'm saying? The pro fans. All right. So, with that said, man, hey, thank you guys for being here. Pro Fan Sports Podcast, where the fans of the pros go. We'll catch you guys next week, right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Peace.